next on CTN News.
Honoring the men and women who protect and serve will take you to the annual Anoka County Law Enforcement Memorial Service. Plus, new admissions being limited at the Anoka Metro Regional Treatment Center. We'll tell you why. But first,
if we can give students a pathway to a great career, that's really exciting.
18 to 21-year-olds still looking to get their high school diploma will soon get that chance at a local college. That tops CTN News this Friday, May 15th, 2015. Thank you for joining us. Crossroads Alternative West plans to move out of its current location and into the Anoka Technical College.
Both schools say they hope the partnership will encourage students to further their education after high school. CTN's Joe Nelson went back to school this week and has the details.
It was either flunk out and just drop out or, come here and try and fix things.
About 100 students from throughout the Anoka-Hennepin School District have come to what was known as the Crossroads Alternative High School in Champlin for different reasons, but all have the same goal.
These students are going to graduate.
These 18 to 21-year-old students say they've seen clear benefits from leaving bigger traditional high schools.
In regular high school, if you fall behind, you're just screwed. It's your fault. You have to catch up.
I really like to hear because I could work at my own pace.
But next year, Crossroads will close the doors on its strip mall location in Champlin to become Anoka-Hennepin Technical High School, moving to Anoka Technical College.
No longer will we have that reputation that kind of haunts us.
We're offering, opportunities not only for our students but for our staff to collaborate and work on the future.
We also hope that we can steer them on the path to a career through the technical college.
The move provides exposure to the college along with access to computer labs, college courses, and services at ATC.
Just really getting the traffic on our campus, I think, is really key.
For Kaylee Clark and Sierra Court, the move will help them pursue careers in nursing and welding.
I'm doing my LPN degree and I'll be in it roughly 6 months after I finish high school, and then I'll be done.
I can take my welding classes while I'm taking high school, so as I'm getting my diploma, I'm taking classes for my future career at the same time, so killing two birds with one stone, basically.
It's just a perfect partnership. I'm not sure why we haven't done it before. It's just ideal.
The contract to move into ATC is still being completed, but staff expects to move in on August 1st. The Coon Rapids Crossroads campus will remain in its current location, and the college is moving out of classrooms on the west side of the building, but no construction is needed. Stephen Karen?
All right. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
School leaders across the state have all eyes on the state capitol as the clock ticks towards the end of the 2015 legislative session. This week, the Anoka-Hennepin School Board was presented with updated worst-case scenarios for budgeting the next 2 years. District 11 faces anywhere from a $4.7 to a nearly $8 million budget shortfall in 2016 and $14.4 to nearly $17 million deficit in 2017. That's based on the most recent education funding proposals from the Governor, Senate, and House. Depending on the outcome of the legislative session, District 11 could go to voters with a referendum question this fall.
This week, Governor Mark Dayton signed a new law that creates enhanced protections for employees who work with mentally ill and dangerous patients. The bill did pass 121 to 6 in the House and 40 to 23 in the Senate. It expands fourth-degree assault protections to employees supervising and working directly with people committed by the court as mentally ill and dangerous. Meanwhile, the state is limiting new admissions to Minnesota's second-largest psychiatric hospital following an increase in injuries to staff members. The number of those incidents doubled following passage of the 48-hour rule in 2013, which requires facilities like the Anoka Metro Regional Treatment Center to admit jail inmates before hospital patients. Some say it's turned the treatment center into a dumping ground for violent criminals. One state senator has even suggested bringing in the National Guard to protect patients and staff.
Law enforcement members from across the county gathered this week to pay tribute to officers who've made the ultimate sacrifice.
Sean Silvera, Lionel Lakes Police Department, end of watch, September 6, 2005.
They gathered in the Anoka County Government Center Wednesday afternoon. The annual memorial service is a time to pause and remember those who've died in the line of duty. The keynote speaker, Anoka County Sheriff James Stewart, addressed some of the headlines across the country involving police officers in Baltimore and Ferguson. He says the majority of officers are honest men and women who see their role as more than a job.
Being willing to work holidays and nights at the expense of your family, being willing to put yourself in danger to protect others, and being willing to lay down your own life for another. It's not a job, it is a calling. And for those who accept that call, thank you. For the families who understand why their sacrifice is necessary, thank you.
Last year, 117 law enforcement officers in the U.S. were killed in the line of duty. So far this year, that number stands at 42.
Local first responders want to make sure kids and adults are safe when they hit the road on their bikes this summer. On Tuesday evening, the Coon Rapids Police and Fire Departments took part in a bike helmet clinic sponsored by Safe Kids, Anoka County. It was actually the fourth and final clinic of the spring. Anoka County residents can purchase bike helmets for just $10 and get them properly fitted.
Actually, this is the third time that we've come to the helmet fitting clinic. We came when Ruby got her very first bike helmet, and it's the best deal you can get for your bike helmets, and it feels really good to know that it's fitted properly by the police and the sheriff's office.
The bike helmet clinics have been held annually in Anoka County for more than a decade. This year, Safe Kids Anoka County estimates it sold more than 1,000 helmets.
Minnesota still ranks near the top when it comes to bike-friendly states. According to the League of American Bicyclists, Washington was named the most bike-friendly state for the 8th year in a row. Minnesota came in second for the 2nd year in a row. The rankings are based on policies and infrastructure funding strategies that encourage people to get on their bicycles. The results were released just in time for National Bike to Work Week, which ends on Sunday. Alina is partnering with Nice Ride Minnesota to help patients live healthier lives through biking. Participants will receive a Nice Ride Wheel Being bike to use from May through October. They must pledge to ride the bike at least 2 times a week and attend 4 out of 6 social group ride events in their community. There are incentive rewards. For more information, log on to niceridemn.org. In order to be considered for the program, you must be recommended by an Alina healthcare provider. A Coon Rapids mother got the surprise of her life on Mother's Day.
Stephanie Tarr, who's a waitress, picked up the telephone last Sunday, and President Obama was on the other end.
He actually called 3 women across the country to wish them a happy Mother's Day. Here's a sampling of those calls.
Hi, Stephanie.
Yes.
Hi, this is Barack Obama, your president. Hi, Patty.
Hi, yes.
Hey, this is Barack Obama. How are you? Yeah, it is.
No way.
Yeah, way. I decided on Mother's Day I should call up some letter writers' moms and say thank you for being great moms.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
The Coon Rapids woman Stephanie Tarr, a mother of 2 boys, wrote to the president to thank the First Family for what they do every day for our country. Her letter also included mentions of the minimum wage and affordable preschool as issues most important to her. That's pretty funny. No way. You wouldn't think the president is calling you, I know.
Probably not one you're expecting to get.
Right.
Well, still to come on CTN News, the first movie in the park of the summer.
Plus a big honor for a Coon Rapids business. Also ahead, another milestone for the Twin Cities housing market. Details coming up.
With a little knowledge and planning and work, you can grow a lot of food right here in your backyard in Coon Rapids. Next.
And growing your own food, more and more people getting in on the trend. That story is coming up.
A local business is getting high marks for its ethical ways.
This week, the Minnesota Business Ethics Awards were handed out in Minneapolis, and Mary T. Incorporated, based right here in Coon Rapids, took home the award in the large company category. North Star Resource Group won the mid-size company award, and another Anoka County business took home an award. Victory Auto Service and Glass won the small company category. The Minnesota Business Ethics Awards recognize businesses that exemplify, raise the bar, and promote ethical conduct for the benefit of the workplace, marketplace, and the community.
Property values in Coon Rapids are starting to level off after a big boost in 2013. According to the latest information from the City Assessor's Office, single-family home values on average went up 3% last year. That compares to a 14% jump the previous year. Townhouse and condominium values are up a little more, between 5 and 6%. The city assessor says those values were harder hit during the recession due to foreclosures and are still playing catch-up. Increasing home values are pushing up sale prices in the Twin Cities metro area. According to the Minneapolis Area Association of Realtors, the median sales price last month was just over $215,000, which is a 10% increase compared to the same time last year. Also in April, buyers signed more than 6,300 purchase agreements. It was the best month for pending home sales in nearly a decade.
You are what you eat. You've probably heard it 1,000 times, but some neighbors are taking the old saying seriously, making a conscious decision to eat sustainably and locally. Just as gardening season begins, CTN's Jenny Yu shows us some ways, easy ways rather, to eat from our own backyards.
I grow tomatoes, squash, zucchini.
Lindsay Mindel is learning all about how to grow her own food and use local foods in her cooking.
Teaches my children that food is best when it's close.
She's at a workshop put on by the Coon Rapids Sustainability Commission.
One year I decided to go crazy with the companion planting and see how much food a person could grow.
Marcia Baudino is leading the workshop. She didn't want to go on camera, but she says a decade ago she worked on a farm in exchange for a share of food. And after learning how to garden, she began sustainable growing practices.
We ate the most healthfully we'd ever eaten that year, the most tastefully, and my food bill went down by 1/3 because I had grown the food and earned the food working at the farm.
Among her tips is companion planting. Baudino says her tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, parsley, basil, and mint all grow well next to each other like companions.
This is what it looked like shortly after I planted it, and this is what it looked like a couple months later. This is an awful lot of food. This is a 15 by 17 foot plot. That's not very big, but with a little knowledge and planning and work, you can grow a lot of food right here in your backyard.
And if starting a garden in your own backyard seems like a daunting task, consider renting a plot in the community garden.
I'm growing beans, corn, vegetables.
Anna Kireria is from Kenya.
I was a farmer there, and I like farming.
She says growing her own organic food is not only cost-saving, but has health benefits.
Yeah, it's fun.
Relaxing?
Yeah, relaxing. Instead of going to the gym, this is my gym.
In Coon Rapids, Jenny Yu, CTN News.
Baudino says she'll teach a class on how to build permaculture beds and other gardening techniques. That's going to take place Monday, May 18th at 6:30 p.m. in the Coon Rapids Civic Center. We also have more information on how to rent a garden plot in Coon Rapids at ctnstudios.com.
A reminder about 2 open house events in the city this weekend. The first one takes place Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Public Works Garage. Residents are invited to come check out the snowplows, tractors, and other big rigs used in the city. You can also tour the Public Works facility and learn more about the Coon Rapids Recycling Center. The open house is free and will be held rain or shine. The second open house takes place Sunday from noon to 4 p.m. 6 homes that were recently remodeled as part of the Home for Generations 2 program will be open to the public. Homeowners, contractors, and city staff will be on hand to answer questions and explain the different loan programs available to residents. A list of participating homes can be found on the city's website. You should have also gotten a brochure in the mail. Last year, hundreds of people turned out for the Coon Rapids Home Remodeling Tour.
Action and comedy are set to rule the weekend box office. Howie Shapiro has a preview of what's new in this week's Now Showing.
We are not thieves. We are not thieves.
Where is she taking them?
Mad Max Fury Road. Max, a man of action and few words, and Feroza, a woman of action who is looking to make it back to her childhood homeland.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh no, she has no underwear on.
Oh my God.
We have a commando situation. She's turning.
No.
Brace yourself.
She's coming. She's coming.
Pitch Perfect 2. The Barden Bellas enter an international competition that no American group has ever won in order to regain their status and right to perform.
How are we gonna compete with them? I'm not supposed to have any ideas. I'm the hot one. I'm pretty sure I'm the hot one.
This is Howie Shapiro, and that's what's showing.
Thank you, Howie. Before we go, the first movie in the Park of the Summer is coming up next week.
And the movie is being shown at a different location this year due to construction at Sand Creek Park. The family-friendly film Paddington will be shown on a large screen at the Coon Rapids Soccer Complex on Friday, May 22nd, around 8:30 p.m. Just bring a lawn chair or blanket. Prior to the free movie, there will be kids' activities and food for sale beginning at 6:30 p.m. Enjoy inflatable bouncers, balloon art, and face painting for a small fee. The event is sponsored by the city and the Coon Rapids Community Strength Foundation. I know they had a lot of folks out there last year that had a good time.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Great for the family. Bring them out. Thank you so much for watching, and join us again next week.